Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in. If you're new, please do me a favor and subscribe. We're trying to work our way to 500 subs by the end of 2026, and I can really use your help. So over 100. Next plateau I want to get to is 250, and then obviously push through to 500. So today we're going to do another blind, and I've kind of spared you the process of getting these things poured up and everything like that. So what I've got, obviously, some Eagle Rare. Now, I was fortunate enough, my buddy Patrick Littledew sent me a sample of the Eagle Rare 12 year. And when I got it, I said, I got to do a blind of this thing, comparing it to the regular shelf product. And then I forgot that I had I guess was a barrel select or a single barrel of Eagle Rare. So was able to find this one here. I think I had it buried in a box and not out on the shelf. And as you can see, my regular shelfer is down really low. So I'm going to blind all three of these against each other. So what I did, very similar to what I've done in my previous blind that I did, I've got 3 sample bottles. They're 1 ounce bottles. Poured these things up and got them poured into the Glen. The numbers are on the bottom, so I don't know what order these are in or anything like that. And then, I just used, I threw it down here after I was done. I just used my Crown Royal bag, put them in here, kind of mixed them up, and then poured them. So it's the best way that I feel I can do a blind and give it justice and not really know what's going on. So we're going to get into this and we're going to see what comes out on top. I'm hoping that the 12 year shines. I mean, I'm thinking maybe this might be a little bit better. Seeing it's a barrel select. I got this out of Pennsylvania, so this is fine wine and good spirits. So it's a pick, which is kind of one of the state run liquor stores up in Pennsylvania. So I walked in one day and they were just putting these out on the shelf. So I snagged one about a year ago and had a little bit left of original one. And this is my second one. I use it as a starter pour. I have a lot of friends that come over like to drink, the Buffalo Trace products and everything like that. For me, they're starter pours. Don't really get too excited about the old Buffalo Trace products and everything like that. But and then this is the sample of the 12 year that Patrick sent me. So I poured these actually I poured them right to left. So I'm gonna start nose. I'm gonna go right to left and then left to right and then taste. And then we'll go ahead and score. And the way I'm going to score them is going to do, there's only 3. So I got nose, palate, and finish. Just going to score a 1, 2, or 3, which one I like better, which one I like second best, and then the least. And we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and start nosing these here. So on the nose of this one, I mean, it's Eagle Rare. I mean, I get, for Eagle Rare, I get a fruitiness, little bit of oak, and that's about it. I don't get a lot of that, what I really enjoy, the caramels, the vanillas, and those kinds of things. It's probably one of my favorite offerings from Buffalo Trace. This and E.H. Taylor's single barrel are probably the ones that I enjoy the most. All right, let's check number 2 here. Now this one has a little bit more depth on the nose, just a little bit. It's definitely richer. Got a little bit more going on. Okay, and then this one here. Yeah, this one is probably right behind this one from a nose perspective. It's got get that more oak presence in there. A little bit, obviously, the fruit that I get from Buffalo Trace. So, all right. Nose wise, let's see. I said number 2 was tops. Number 1 was second, and then the third on the nose was this one. Okay. All right. I'm going to taste back this way. Yeah. Wow. That's got it was pleasant. No burn, no spice, nothing. And then it's got a nice, very nice finish to it and everything like that. Yeah. Kind of surprised that taste. I mean, haven't had Eagle Rare in a while, so that's not bad. I enjoyed that. Okay. Let's get to number 2. Now that one, a little bit more spiciness in between. Just a little bit more presence of some rye spice in there. But just quintessential Buffalo Trace. I mean, I don't get a lot of notes on the Buffalo Trace products. So, I mean, I know most people get the cherry, the fruits, and those kinds of things, but, I wouldn't be upset drinking this here, but it would be something that I would chase and go crazy for. But, okay. Let's get on the last one. Now that one, kind of similar to this one, but kind of falls short a little bit. I mean, interesting. So if I had a rank on the palate and then finish wise, this one had the best palate, best finish. So you put those down there. All right. And then this one, the second best palate and probably the second best finish that is there. And then this one here, I would say it's going to be third on the palate and I'm going to say third on the finish, man. I don't know. It just didn't, to me, this one had a little bit more spiciness to it. This one here was a little muted on the finish and everything. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go crazy and belabor this and drag this thing out. Trying to do these videos and make them as quick as possible. So, going to go ahead and score these up. So, number 1 has a total of 4. Number 2 has a total of 5. And number 3 has a total of 9. It came in third in all the categories. Wow, surprising. So 1 and 2 were neck and neck. Number 3 was the outlier on this thing. So interesting. Should be interesting to see what this one is. Listen, if you could, give me a like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know. Have you had Eagle Rare? Were you fortunate enough to find a 12-year? Unfortunately, I don't think it ever even hit in this area. And if it did, it was gone in nanoseconds. It gets a little crazy. Virginia ABC, when those products drop, it's like a feeding frenzy and everything like that. So if I walked into a store, it was sitting on the shelf, would I buy it? Yeah. Am I going to chase it or try to score one on a secondary or whatever? No. I mean, I'm happy to have a sample. I thank Patrick for sending that over to me. And yeah, that's about it. So, but let me know if you've tried this comparison. Where did yours stack up compared to a shelf product? And if you have a barrel select product, where did that rank for you? So let's get to the rankings here. So number 3 was the clear last place finisher on this. And that, oh, wow, that is surprising. So number 3 is actually the store pick. So as you can see, this is sample number 3 down there. Interesting. Wow. I thought that would definitely come in ahead of this one. Wasn't sure if it was going to beat this guy, but interesting. So let's see number 2, and then we'll know what number 1 is, unless you want number 1 first, and then we know what number 2 is. I don't know. I'm just going to go number 2, and then we'll go from there. So basically, we're looking at, move this guy back. We're looking at these 2 right now as far as what's left. All right, so number 2. This had a total of, so this was close. On the nose, this was 2, 1. On the palate, 1, 2. On the finish, 1, 2. So this was close by 1 point in my backwoods ranking system here. So without further ado, unbelievable. This is crazy. So this is sample number 2. This is the 12-year. Interesting. Wow. So the bottle that has been open probably for 8 months or so is the winner. And that's the everyday shelf product. So put those like that. And it was close. So 4 to 5, but definitely outweighed the barrel select. Now this was a fresh crack. So there could be something said to that this was, the neck pour, if you believe in that. I don't know. But so in my unprofessional, uneducated opinion, Eagle Rare shelf product narrowly beat out the 12-year and handily beat out the barrel select. Wow. Interesting. I did not see that result coming. I figured this maybe would be number 1 or very close to. And I just thought this with the extra age, 2 years of age, and a little bit of a higher proof, right? Yeah, it's 95 versus 90, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Glad I didn't chase it. I'm glad I didn't go pay a secondary rate for that there. Anyway, so let me know if these are things you want to see me do. Have a blind that I'm going to try to do once I get the sample. So I should be getting a sample of a Knob Creek 21. And when I get that in, I'm going to blind that against the 12 and the 18 that I have. See what comes out on top and how that would compare. Anyhow, I appreciate everyone tuning into the channel. It has been fun, and I'm enjoying myself. So as I end always, this is the West Virginia Bourbon Guy reminding you that pours are always best when they're shared with friends. Thanks a lot, everybody. Cheers. Yeah, I do like the finish on that bad boy in the palate. Thanks again.